Associate Professor Randolph Tan.
Mr. Chairman, clear and strict rules govern driving, and more can be done to improve driving behavior. At the same time, we should reconsider the regulations guiding the use of bicycles and personal mobility devices, as well as the enforcement of those rules. In particular, sir, we should examine if the interaction of cyclists and PMD users with other road users is a cause for concern. I have witnessed groups of cyclists cycling on pavements as well as against the flow of traffic, sometimes alternating between the two. I've also seen PMD users on roads regularly. Drivers often give way to these two groups of users. However, pedestrians often have to avoid them. Often, cyclists and PMD users appear very suddenly and seem incapable or unwilling to brake in time. Some of our pavements are clearly unsuitable for PMD and cyclist use. When such users navigate narrow pathways, they often switch between the road and pavement. When users of bicycles and PMDs do not appear to follow traffic rules for either vehicles or pedestrians and switch between the roads and pavements at high speed, other road users are at least inconvenienced, at worst endangered. I would like to ask the following questions. What are the definitions of dangerous use of bicycles and PMDs that the ministry bases enforcement on? Are there rules that determine whether a cyclist or PMD rider who switches from roads to pedestrian walk has right of way against pedestrians? What are the rules or guidelines for groups of users on pedestrian walks on pavements? What are the rules governing use of electronic devices by cyclists and PMD riders? Finally, I began to see adults ferrying young children on PMDs these days, and I'm wondering whether the ministry takes account of such developing trends rather than allow them to occur. I urge the ministry to explore forward-looking approaches to addressing what is the appropriate way to share use of our public spaces. The move towards a car-like society cannot be used to justify indiscriminate use of alternatives. If there are clearer rules for responsible cycling and use of PMDs, it will encourage healthier lifestyles by everyone, including those who do not cycle and use PMDs but still prefer to have a safe stroll on our pedestrian walks. We are all road users, pedestrians, cyclists. Why is a minority allowed to define the low standards of public behavior we witness so regularly these days?